Hey guys, so I've been training this a lot where I just sit and cross my legs. In the beginning, it was literally like this, right? Because I was so tight here at the hips. But I've been doing it for a week or so, 2 weeks, and I'm getting better. It definitely is not comfortable, but that's the point, is to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, right? So with this, I add the breathing and just release. And release. Now, why is this good? Because number one, the hips are where we put so much stress, especially as men, right? And if we're sitting here, we're getting used to that. It's opening up the knees, the hips, the joints, all the joints, and the ankles and the toes and everything. So that, in conjunction with the breathing, it's a metaphor for being in uncomfortable situations and being able to be with that and breathe and see it, not be it. See it, not be it, not be attached to it. So it's not the circumstance, it's not even our reaction. It's our need to claw onto that reaction. Okay, so this helps me train that. Now, I'm not, I'm on the road to being able to do that, where there's right now, right, there's the reaction of the physical things I have to do later today and the need to address that. Okay, and that's the stressor you're going to go through this whole situation. How can you fix and do things when really you should do nothing? Okay, I'm not talking about if there's a settlement going on or the kids' visitation or that. You know what I'm talking about. Things that are ruminations and constant thinking that we need to let go of our attachment to them. It's not about what that thought is. It's about the need to attach to it, which I'm working on now, and this helps me address that. So if I'm here, I'm gonna switch here, and I just sit. I know it's uncomfortable, okay? And especially for you guys who write me or into working out and everything, that's great. But this is another kind of stillness of discomfort we wanna get comfortable with, just like the ice bath or the breathing, and release. Don't think about it, just let it be there. So I encourage you in the morning or evening, just sit like this, even if it starts like this, okay? Then maybe it comes to here, and then maybe you're here, and then maybe you're here. And then some of you guys are already like putting it up there. I'm not there yet, here's me. This is good for me. So I put that in. Also, I was at the doctor's today, waiting, obviously, and I just sat like this, or waiting in the car. So when you're sitting, as you know, as new smoking, you can sit like this, and it really opens things up inside the hips and even the shoulders, right? Sitting erect here, and then breathing. And I'm finding it an incredible challenge to not, I feel like I cover my butt by following the thoughts and trying to rectify them. Right? It's like a dog chasing a shiny object or a stick or something. So that's my focus now. Now it pertains to you. It's not just life. It's not just your divorce thing. It's life. Having to feel attached, that feeling of having to grab onto those thoughts and do something with them when we just, a la Michael Singer, Eckhart Tolle, just let them be and be present. That for me is the whole center of my life and the focus. And I literally am making progress probably a hair's width every year, dude. Seriously, that's how wedded in it is to me, but that's the path I'm on, right? So to reiterate, sitting here and just breathing and being, I like it because there's a level of discomfort, but you start to settle into it. Now, it doesn't mean you have to do that. You can sit comfortably, but I think my point is to start to train yourself to be comfortable with the uncomfortable and quiet within the noise, which pertains to you because there's a hell of a lot of noise you're going through, okay? Is this helpful to you? Let me know in the comments. Let Kevin and I know what we could do. I like these kind of things actionable for you. Look, everybody's got their story. Some are horrible, some are middle horrible, some are whatever. But ultimately, we have to deal with it, right? And that's going to take being comfortable with the uncomfortable. I've been watching a lot of Wim Hof. If you don't know him, we've talked about him, the Iceman, and he just talks about comfortable with the uncomfortable, and we can be and do so much more. But functionally, sharing with you, having to, not the thoughts or the things going on, but the attachment to that. That's what we want to breathe and work on. And I have a long history of this. I'll talk about it in another video. I won't bore you with it now because everybody's got their thing. But I'm just blown away how much I need to grab onto things and try to do something with them, or else they're going to cause a problem when that is the problem. That need to attach to the thought and to make it better or do something with it is actually the issue. That's creating the dust up. It takes faith in the moment and just the present and to let things be. And if you're into faith and religion and things, that's great too. More power to you. But this is about seeing what's on the other side and just being there and breathing. I was going to say something. I'm just going to let it come. Oh, so I read this book. It's about survival. And it talks about the main problem with people who get lost in the wilderness and things like that is the difference between survival and not survival sometimes boils down to this. And I know I see it in myself, the need to do something, like you're not sure if that direction's right, but you don't want to be with the fact that you're lost in that fear, so you just go for that, even though you feel, you know, it's some part of you that you're getting deeper and deeper lost. There's this weird pull that you need to do something that outweighs that, whereas the other people breathe, settle, and look around and take their surroundings in. Even though they have that pull to go in that direction, they think and able to be conscious and don't go unconscious and just follow. I absolutely know what that feels like, where you just feel like doing something and that'll keep you safe, when in the end it gets you farther lost. It's a great metaphor for other things, right? Even cooking a meal where you're not really conscious and then you cut your finger because you're pushing through. So let's not push so much and just see what's there in the silence, okay? Be silent in the noise. Be unattached to those thoughts and crazy things going on in there, which for me, I got them big time, and I'm assuming you do as well, okay? So again, it's not about putting out the fire and smoke of those individual thoughts. It's about the attachment, the need to do that, when you can just let that be. All right, she said this, the kid said, you build this whole thing up and it never happens. Okay, so this is kind of a good way to physically put this in practice. Wim Hof has a great thing. He's like, don't worry so much about the intellect and understanding, feel it. You gotta feel what it's like to stay in that space, stay conscious, stay silent in the noise, stay unattached to the fiery things going on inside, because they're gonna come. Don't judge or be there with that, okay? You'll find some changes going on. And again, it can be slow going. I literally a hair, but at least I'm on the right track, right? Not just chasing my tail. So join me in just sitting here, whatever's comfortable for you, and then minorly discomfort for you. Do it every day, and just breathe in and release. I feel those thoughts there, but I'm just going to be here. Feel a little spacey, but I'm just going to be here. Feel that something coming up bothering me. For you, it could be, is she the lawyer or whatever, but hey, it's here. It's here and I'm here. And you know when you're thinking with that, when you're in that space, that consciousness versus wrapped up in the thinking, make that your pole star, your direction. Pow. Talk to y'all soon.